Have you ever imagined what it feels like to have everything in the world: power, money, respect, yet still feel like something is missing deep inside? Now imagine a little girl who has nothing and no home, no parents, no love, yet her only wish is not money, not toys, but just one day of a mother's warmth. This is the story of how the life of a powerful CEO and a helpless little girl collided in a way that neither of them ever expected. It was a rainy morning in the city. The glass tower of Eterno Enterprises gleamed against the dull sky. Inside, the CEO, Miss Alina Shah, was rushing through her schedule, her sharp heels echoing on the marble floor. Known as the Iron Lady of Business, she was admired by her employees and feared by her competitors. But behind her calm face, she carried a heart scarred with loneliness. At 35, she had success, but no family, no one to return home to. As she walked out of her car that day, she noticed a little girl standing at the gate, drenched in rain, shivering. Her tiny clothes were torn, her hair clung to her face. Security tried to push the girl away, but before they could, the child tugged gently at Alina's sleeve and whispered, her eyes full of tears, "Don't have Mama broken bar, can I spend a day with you, Mom?" The CEO froze. The words struck her harder than any boardroom battle ever could. For a moment, her strict, busy world fell silent. She looked into the girl's eyes so wide, pleading, and fragile, and felt her chest tighten. But years of building walls around her heart made her cold response almost automatic. "I'm not your mother, child. Go find shelter." She turned away. But as Alina walked inside, the little girl's sob echoed in her ears. Something inside her broke. She paused at the elevator, her breath shaky, a war raging inside her. For once, she didn't care about time, meetings, or reputation. She turned back. The girl was still there, hugging her knees against the rain. Alina walked to her slowly and knelt down, her voice softer this time. "What's your name?" The girl wiped her tears. "Dear, a broken bar," she whispered. "Papa went away last year, a broken bar. Mama got sick, a broken bar. She never came back. I sleep near the bus stop now. I just a broken bar, wanted a mama for one day." Those words shattered Alina completely. She saw herself in that child. Memories she had buried resurfaced, her own childhood, when her mother had died young, leaving her to grow up in cold hostels and lonely nights. She realized why Hira's words had pierced so deeply. It wasn't just the girl asking for a mother, it was her own wounded heart reminding her of what she once craved too. Alina gently took off her blazer and wrapped it around Hira's shoulders. "Come with me," she whispered. For the first time in years, she didn't care about what people thought. She held the little girl's hand and brought her inside. Employees stared in shock. This was the woman who never tolerated distractions. Yet today, she walked through the lobby with a fragile child clinging to her hand. That day, meetings were cancelled. Instead of closing $1 million deal, Alina spent hours with Hira. She gave her food, clean clothes, and even let her sit on the leather chair behind her massive desk. Hira's laughter filled the office, and for the first time, Alina felt warmth instead of emptiness. But their story wasn't so simple. That evening, social media caught the photo of the Ice Queen CEO with a homeless child. Some investors criticized Hira. "She's losing focus. She's emotional." They pressured her to let go of the child. Hira overheard these conversations and, terrified of being a burden, tried to slip away in the middle of the night. When Alina found Hira outside the gates again, shivering under the streetlight, her heart ached. She ran to her, held her tightly, and said with tears in her eyes, "You are not a burden. Don't ever think that. You asked me to be your mama for one day, a broken bar, but if you allow me, I want to be your mama for forever." The child broke down, sobbing in her arms, whispering, "Really, Mom?" Alina nodded, her own tears streaming. "Not Mom. From now on, just Mama." With time, Alina legally adopted Hira, despite challenges, opposition, and the whispers of society. Her empire grew even stronger, but not because of money or power. It grew because her heart finally had love to fight for. Hira went to school, dressed like other children, but always ran back to the woman who had once been feared by the world but now was simply Mama. Years later, At a school function, Hira stood on stage and proudly introduced herself. "I don't have my real mama anymore, but Allah gave me another one. My mama is a Shabbat to me, she is just the best mother in the world." Tears filled Arlena's eyes as she watched her little girl speak. She realized that the success she had chased for decades could never match the simple joy of being called mama. And so the story ends with a message for us all. You can build the tallest buildings, earn the biggest fortunes, and win the loudest applause, but sometimes the greatest success in life is simply giving love to someone who needs it. Because at the end of the day, it's not money that fills the emptiness in our hearts, so it's love.